So, what have we got? 11 o'clock at night in Sicily, is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow. How many coffees have you had today?
3 and 1 Red Bull.
3 coffees and 1 Red Bull. So this is, if this was a large sculpture competition, we'd be about 8 a.m. on the first day, 3 coffees, 1 Red Bull.
No, in the competition, is very high. The drink to stay up for 27 hours.
Yeah. How many coffees do you drink in that amount of time?
I think 12 coffee and 5 or 6 Red Bull. But because I'm a great size and 4 4 stay up one body so great is necessary.
I love it. So this is my first coffee. It's 7 in the morning in Australia. Yeah. So I'm still working. I'm sharing to one more group. Hopefully, we've got Carol on the other end, and we were just chatting with her before. Thank you, Carol, for she's here. She is going to help share this video. She's going to help with some translations in Espanol, and I'm just going to talk too fast and stutter my words. Al is even going to offer a little bit of Italian. I was going to say un poquito, but that's the wrong language.
Un poco italiano, un poco.
Un poco.
Un poco.
So I'm just writing this.
And thank you very much to the other people that helped me for the translation in Italian language. I contacted 2-3 friends, but only one respond me yes for this time crazy. And thank you very much Melania that helped me for the translation.
All right.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, thank you. Now, where else do we want to share this? Anyway, that's probably okay. All right. Well, I think we should get into it. Carol, what do you think? Carol says yes. Did you hear that?
I don't see the message.
I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Hello from USA. Hey, guys. We were just waiting a little bit. Melania. Melania. That's good. So that's the Italiano. Perfect. Okay. So let's just begin, right? Al, now you do prefer Al, right?
Ale. It's perfect.
Ale? Yeah.
Alex.
Because I like Alessandro. I like the whole thing. So excuse me. Today we're going to spend 1 hour. You are officially Alessandro.
Chris, you can call me what you want.
Jeez, we've done. Come on. Red Bulls or beers? What have you had there? So let's begin. What I'd love to find out. So we met each other in Brazil. 2017. Is that right? Yeah. In which by then you've won the WBC Designer of the Year. Right? Yeah. In which by then you've already had 48 years in the balloon industry. Close. He's older than he looks. Look at this guy. Anyway, and by then you've achieved some amazing things, and the best, like my favorite, the Hulk, was yet to come. So you've had a long history, not 48 years plus 3, but tell me how many years have you been in the industry, and how did you get into it? I don't think I've actually ever asked you that question.
I work with balloons and ever with Qualatex balloons to 23 years. I opened my shop, my career in the 1996.
Mm-hmm. 1996. And was that a Balloon Express?
Yeah. The first shop of Balloon Express in Italy.
Wow, really? Yeah. So how were you the first person?
Very brave.
Yeah. So how did that come to be? How, Balloon Express are huge. How did you become the first?
I didn't. Really, I remember one little holiday with my parents in Florence. My parents have one photographer studio, and I remember my father see one decoration with balloons in one window of one shop casually, and I think it's a good idea for the studio photograph to add a new service in studio photograph. Well, the day after, I go to talk with Roberta, Tincani Lever, and Jack of Balloon Express. And one month after, we go to open the first shop in Italy of Balloon Express. Very brave, very difficult, because was a years different to now.
So what was Balloon Express back then? Before you had your shop, they were just wholesalers, were they?
Yeah. Before the shops, the Balloon Express is a normal distributor for the taste shop or the other. But I remember perfectly one incredible brave of my parents and me. But I'm 18 here when I begin all this great adventure.
Yeah, and it is a wonderful adventure. That's
great. Yeah.
So okay, so you're 18, 17. What were you doing back then? Like, did you ever think that you would be, one of the, most recognized and most accoladed balloon designers of the, whenever I talk to people about the balloon industry and, some of the things that I've managed to achieve, which is very humble compared to what you've done, they're like, how and I always wonder, what else would I have done? Who else would I have been? Tell me, were you always in a direction of a creative field? Did you always see that?
But I remember my first event, my first event with the Baci in the 1997.
Yeah.
And I remember perfectly when the sensation, I feel very strange when I see the other competitors in this event. I'm not competing in 1997, okay?
Yeah.
But I remember perfectly, I want this. I remember my thing is this. I want this because I don't have nothing to lose.
This is 1999.
No, this is the picture. You are a little bastard. This is my first international convention. In Las Vegas, 1999.
But that's okay. We can still picture this man in 1997. Go on. Don't let me interrupt you with the story.
Two years ago, I go to Las Vegas, but come back. I remember this incredible sensation all screen for me. I remember one incredible effect on me this competition. And I remember perfectly I think I won't compete, because if I lose, not a problem. But if I win, it's a great. And the year after, I go to competing for my first Baci events competition in the medium sculpture, 2 meters for 2 meters for 3 to height. I make it one airplane with in the place of the bomb, flower, and all the smoke white to create the word peace. And I win first prize, new entry category.
Wow!
Honestly.
You got the bug.
One drug for me.
Yeah, one drug.
I stay in front of all people with this prize. No. I want order again. I want competing for all my life, and in fact, is this my life? So now.
And my friend, you and I were this close to competing against each other at Baci, which I remember you kept emailing me like, Chris, if you want some help with your design, share with me what you're thinking. Come tell me what you're doing. I'll help you. I'm like, no, you're not going to help. You want to see what I'm doing? You bastard. I'm like, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I make it one thing to be good friend. Why?
Such a generous person. Anyway. Now I should check if we have any questions at all as we go. I'll keep looking from time to time just to make sure, but everything's in Spanish and Italian, so I'm sorry, I've got nothing on that. But please ask some questions if you want to, poke this guy and tease out any bits of information that you might want to find out. We're going to get technical soon, which is really what I was very much looking forward to in this conversation. Is going through some of the more recent sculptures that you might have seen on the cover of magazines or featured wherever, and ask some questions about how did you do this? How did you do that? We were chatting earlier how there probably never will be a large sculpture class at a convention because I think it's a little bit too niche. But I think it's still there's some wonderful skills to learn, and we're going to discuss the whole process of creating the idea and then how to apply that idea into a real life scenario. And I think that same process is very important in our business. Sure, the scale might not be so large, but I think all of those steps in the way through. Hey, look, some people get to do huge, amazing work that is sold. You and I both have been fortunate enough to sell some of the same things that you see competed. But I think a competition is a wonderful launching block to massage and develop those skills. Don't you think?
No, sorry, I know here the last part of your question.
Yeah, the competition room is a wonderful place to exercise and practice some designs and some concepts, right?
I think that the competitions is a really way to understand and to use a technique that you can use only in these events, only in this particular situation, because you are really free to create all you want. Mm-hmm. And this is very difficult in the normal work, in the normal days of your daily work. So the atmosphere and the things much beautiful that I can think, because the people all the teams. Yes, it's a competition. All is a competitor, but all people help all team. And this is the things much great and much important in this business, in this competition. The people is pure, is real, and I love the atmosphere in the competition. The people all time that I go in one competition with all my friends in my team. We can see really the emotion, the happiness of the people, one incredible and magical atmosphere in this room.
Yeah. I remember walking past you guys, Team Italy at WBC 18, and it was just electric. I just wanted to jump in there and be with you guys. Like I'm half Italian myself. Well, born in Australia, but my dad, we have an Italiano passport, and I just connect with you guys and your team. In fact, it was the Italians who helped me at the after party decor. I was desperate for help. Everyone was a little bit behind, and I'm like, please help. And it was the Italians. But hey, look, we had a question before. Where are you from? Where's little baby balloon Alessandro? Where was this balloon first inflated?
My first balloon?
No. Where were you born? Baby balloon.
Baby balloon.
Yeah. Where were you born?
You want know when I don't understand this. Sorry.
No, wait. Where were you born? You were born in Sicily. Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. Now I understand. Sorry. Baby Alessandro is born in Rome. I born in Rome. My mother work in one shopping mall, and my father a captain in the military.
Oh wow! That's cool. Yeah.
After 7 years, with all family go to in Sicily because the other Sicily.
Cool. And where in Sicily are you from? Do you live?
Giarre.
Is that near Palermo? Is that on the west?
It's very distant. The other part of Sicily, respect to Palermo, is Catania, Taormina.
Very good. So anyway, you live in the place that everybody else wants to live. That's to answer that question. Do we have any other questions, Carol? All right. We've got Luke on. Luke Bertrand. Now, that's someone who has also been in the competition room many times. Thank you for joining us. So let's sort of start with the process of conception, right? When you conceptualize, you first think of a sculpture piece or a design. What are the processes that you go through?
The really process, not very easy, obviously. The first thing is a little different to one competition with one them and one competition without them. One competition with them is a little much easy for one side, but difficult for another side. Usually all the competition is without them, international competition. I remember in the IBAC or in WBC, the competition is without them. And I remember perfectly the first time is what I can create to shock the people, and or what. How I feel in this moment, good, bad, angry, happy. In this way, I go to start to think.
Look at that! That's happy.
My God! Yeah. And this is my really start in the great competition, because this is the first time that I win the first prize in the great sculpture, and I passed to national competition to international competition.
Wow! Yeah. So what year is this?
Pinocchio. This is the seat of Pinocchio.
Yeah. Whoop. All right. So where are we here?
This is I don't remember the year of this. I think 2009.
2009, and this is Team Italy.
Oh yes.
Italia?
Yeah. It's an Italian team, a whole team. I think someone of these people not work with balloon now.
Yeah, sure. Long time ago. Well, let's have a little browse through. So we've got a couple of main pieces that I want to talk about, but let's just go back to this one more time, because I think it's a very important piece. What's going on? Why doesn't it pop up? There we go. Okay. Now, what were you thinking? I hope that balloon was full of beer.
You love this picture.
you said it to me.
honestly, I remember in this convention IBAC Las Vegas. I'm very scared because I don't speak English. I'm very come si dice in Italian language is timido. Is a person close.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And very, very difficult to speak with other artists. And
when you're wearing that shirt, anything is possible.
Oh yes, obviously. But this picture, this heavens is much great. It's very important for me because in this occasion I know Marvin Hardy.
Oh, wow. You met him at that event.
In this event, I worked with Marvin Hardy in one great project of him to a great kaleidoscope.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, comment, Luke, timido is timid. No, I don't think this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's close.
I worked with Marvin Hardy without word, and I remember this great man tried to speak with me in Espanol, in the one little Italian language. One incredible great man, really.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay, well let's just have a little browse through. So here we are. Some of the photos are just sort of all over the place, but what I'm really interested in when we're thinking about sculpture design is actually the process behind it, the planning, the preparation behind it, and perhaps let's just jump into something that I'm a big fan of, and I know you are too, and the one and only Mona Lisa.
Oh my God!
So when we were talking before, you said this is one of your favorite pieces that you've created before, and tell me why. Let's go through a little bit of history about this. Where are we? When? And let's start talking through the brains behind the preparation of this.
The Mona Lisa is a great project. Was a great project, and I remember perfectly. Is much difficult the project that the realization indirectly in the competition, because my intention was create one incredible effect of this portrait of this Mona Lisa. And the part very difficult is the position and the eyes, the face of Mona Lisa. But I use this trick to create this great effect with use of the 260, of the final point, the final part of the 260 balloons. And if I remember good, 6,538 final of 260. One infinity quantity, honestly. Wow. The people ate me in the hand.
Now, what was your trick? How did you get the air up there to the air?
The trick is not create one atmosphere, but create one unique subject with a lot of details. You can choose in one competition. You can choose to create one atmosphere or one single object without nothing around. And the trick in this case is the infinity quantity of pixel to create one portrait so famous, like this.
Yeah, I love, by the way, how into it this girl is. She's so happy to be here, Al. She's like, thank you for having 8 million balloons.
This is my great friend Monica, with her face say thank you very much, Alessandro.
I could be at the bar, but here I am.
No, because I think in this moment, if I see this picture, I feel her. 1,192, 1,123.
Now, so I noticed on your design here you have numbers, and we'll go ahead quickly. We'll come back to it, but you have numbers there. Now, how do you also put numbers on your actual mesh as well for corresponding, or did you just ask everybody to count? Did you draw on the balloon? How did you organize yourself?
I composed this picture, this project with a software, Photoshop, but the part very difficult of this project is the project, not the realization. The realization is a very long work, but the project, the pure project, was a very, 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 very difficult, because I go to reproduce again one. I want to reproduce again one effect, very important. So is Mona Lisa.
That's from Luke. He just sent it through now. He's here. Love it. Thanks, Luke. Okay. Yeah, great. But my question was the organization, the structure, right? How did you keep yourself organized while your team was building this?
Okay. First things, if I see the sculpture in my mind, I sure that I can create really. Only in this case, I accept one sculpture in my life. And for the project, all the time is a difficult, because I go to write in internet one letter. For example, in this case, I write M, only the M in Google. Okay, and obviously one infinity picture with start with M. I see, and I choose 3, 4, 5 pictures that like me. After this choose, I starting to think what is better for me, what is better for the sculptor, what technique I can use to create one particular part of the project. And in the case of the Mona Lisa shocked me, because when I see the picture in the internet, I think, oh my God, it's the powerful and the effect with the balloons in my mind is incredible, exciting. Out of my mind. Oh my God! No, I go to prepare the project of Mona Lisa. 2 months. 2 months for project. Yeah.
Wow.
Because the part much difficult is to calculate the time and the people you have to work with you.
Yeah. How long did you have to create this?
24 hours.
You know what? I actually really like this on the back.
Yeah.
I quite like how the texture has made it suddenly abstract. And in fact, it's sort of, and this is the interesting thing about balloon design, and it's something that I've always followed is, I think it was best represented in your to be or not to be sculpture, which we'll look at soon. How I think when you're creating texture rather than replicating real life, which are hard lines perhaps, that's when balloons are best placed. I always, when I'm creating a design, I'm always trying to think, well, maybe not just recreating or duplicating a thing, but when you're being a little bit more abstract and you're using balloons perhaps as more creatively, and certainly abstract is when they can be best performed. I love this photo. Look at that.
Yeah. I have great memories of this event. Yes, this is my costume of Leonardo.
Now look at this. Why did you create each individual piece of like digitally here of a separate color? What was the benefit?
The problem to try to reproduce one opera so famous, one portrait so famous, is the colors, because obviously you try to find the exactly match, okay, with the color original, but in real life is a color of balloons. Of Qualtex balloons, obviously, and for me, I think this is much better. Try to create different plane, plan. Yeah.
Yep.
With different color, and when you superpose all these colors, you have the completely project ready. The part much difficult is calculate the time to create all, and I inflate 10 balloons. 10 balloons to 60, close only the final part, and I calculate exactly the time. The time was, I remember, 1 minute. 10 balloons, okay?
Yep.
I calculate this for 6,538 balloons, and the time is infinity with one person. I used this calculate to thinking that the people in the middle of the competition is a little tired, obviously. The time is much longer. And with all this calculation, I decided to create this Mona Lisa with exactly size 2 meter for 3 meter to height. For this thing, because I preferred to have the exactly time to complete perfectly one Mona Lisa with this size, and don't risk the possibility to not complete because I make the one calculated different or much bigger. Is a very, very many things when you project one sculpture for one competition.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very smart. A lot of people ask that of certainly organics or anything, duplicate square pack. How long will it take? And it's such an important question. So when we create different sculptures or different products that are perhaps a little unusual, that's exactly it. Go in, spend 5 minutes creating a small sample piece, time how long it'll take, work out how much stock it'll take, and then you can multiply that. We actually save that information, so our duplicate square pack work, alternate size pack, quick links, we save that data. So if I'm working out a piece in the future, I can come back to that information that I've saved, and 5 minutes per meter or whatever it may be. So you have something that's scalable, 100%. Because without that information, how do you know?
In these cases, I needed to many details because the sculpture not very big. If you remember, the size of the sculpture is 2 meter for 2 meter for 3 to high wide, and honestly, I prefer using this technique very crazy with all these little pixel for this reason, because I needed for one effect much bigger of one secret army. Okay. And the secret army in this case is the infinite quantity of pixel to create the similar effect to the original Mona Lisa.
Now I noticed you've done it a little bit differently here with the weave. Was that faster?
this is oh my god, this is a cross technique with the 260. Honestly, I prefer
the other way.
Oh my god! For complete this, I needed to 2 days.
And how annoying is this, huh? You got to replace one bubble.
No, for my lucky, after the finish, it was possible to repair this little point.
Non è possibile.
No, possibile. Difficile, ma non impossibile.
Mi dispiace.
Lo so.
Okay. Look at this. Dallas, was this your design?
This is a collaboration for the design to me and my colleague, friends, Enzo Mondello. We're thinking a great atmosphere in this case. It's very different to the single object in the middle of the space. The part much important of this sculpture for me is the wall in the back. That this a great, incredible three-dimensional effect of the clouds.
And I can see organico.
Yes, this is organico. When you not exist in organic work. I am the creator of the film. No, is it joking?
Mate, don't start that again. Okay. So these are some of the photos. We're just going through a couple of things here, and we're going to focus on some more stuff. But I didn't want to not show some of this work because it's a huge amount of work that you've done in the past. Can you tell me what's your favorite technique?
Honestly, I don't have one technique, one favorite technique. No. I don't have. All depend.
Hey.
All depend that what effect I won't feel when I see my sculpture finish. Only this, and in fact, with this base, I decided to use one technique or another technique. My frog. Oh my God! This is the first time I use the bubble eyes.
Yeah. Was that no one had done that before, huh?
No, this is the first time I created for this sculpture my first eyes with the bubbles.
Amazing. And is this a weave here?
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of
long work. Yeah. But I prefer this picture. This is my friend Angelo. Ever in my team.
Good man. Yeah, he's a good man.
Usually I use many times the software Photoshop to create exactly sides of the characters. So Annalisa, my chef. This is the second time. Oh, my chef. This is.
Is it true? Is it true you wanted to do this because of the eyes? It started with the eyes.
No. The eyes. I use the eyes in the middle of the sculpture, but the particular things of this sculpture is a without structure inside.
Oh, really? That was a rule?
Is only one little square of aluminium and stopped.
Wow, that's smart.
Only for stopped the eyes inside the face. Only for this I use this square in aluminium, and all the rest of the details is only closer together of the balloon, and so.
I love that. Okay, the bee. We're going to come back to the bee. We're coming back to the bee, and here we just have a couple of other photos. All right. So Globocon, that was cool.
Oh my God, Globocon!
I wonder what software you used to create this. Hey.
Yes, I'm Superman after this work.
That's beautiful. Oh, okay, we don't need that.
Oh right. Yes, versus.
So let's get to it. Two main sculptures. Now, my favorite of all time is the bee. Of which do we have a finished photo here? Hold on. Not quite. Okay, let's just work our way through. Now, tell me, what was the theme? What made you decide this particular design? What was the requirements to the theme for the event?
I remember the bee for me is the sculpture much important of my life because I remember.
Come on, there we go.
Be brave forever, because the Be Brave is the name of the team that helped me in this case, in this incredible sculpture, and for one wonderful team, one wonderful event, one wonderful prize and success. In this case, I remember only wonderful and unbelievable emotion about this event. because it's the first time I'm the Italian captain in the international convention.
Mm-hmm.
Scary for many times, but the final result, oh my god, it's very incredible, and the people, I remember after I win, the people go to me and say me, Alessandro, this is the much incredible and terrific sculpture that I see in my life. Terrific. Yes. It's a congratulation, not a... Oh, yes, I understand, because this is the position of the sculptor is the first sculpture when you go inside the room of the sculptor. You go inside and you see the first, this great, incredible insect in front of you. Oh my god! I remember perfectly, but I'm again emotionally, really.
Yeah.
5 meters for 5.
How many people did you have working on this?
15 people helped me. 15 fantastic people. The team much perfect that I see in my life.
Now tell me, and this is an important thing, managing a team, right? And of course, we're going to try and discuss this back in our own businesses. But what are some tips that you can offer both as a designer in a competition room, but also as a business owner on a job? What are some of the tips that you can offer in managing teams?
Honestly, if you have one clear idea in your mind about the project, is much easy go to show your intention, your intention to the whole people of your team. Many times, if you know perfectly the capacity of your team, it's much easy decided to 1, 2, 3 people go to create the fly. 1, 2, 3 people. This is the project. Go to create the body, etc. The rules is very easy in this case, because you have the project very clearly. I go around all the little team inside team, okay, and explain. Okay, this is in this way. This is in this way. This in this way. And I checked this this round continually for 27 hours. With one incredible quantity to biscuits, Red Bull, coffee, and all sugar is possible to stay all team perfectly happy.
Well, that's my main 2 rules are good music. Okay, loud, good music, and lots of sugar.
Yeah, obviously. Oh my God!
All right.
The start for the B, I remember, is very strange, because I search one idea for the sculpture, and speaking with other colleagues, my friends, brother. I think this is very beautiful, the effect of one bee, but not one casually bee. This bee is a black bee, and this bee have a Sicilian origin, because it is much black than gold. And the story, all the time I go to create one sculpture, I want love my sculpture, and I want see that this sculpture in my mind completely perfectly. And when I can see this, for me is a really much easy try to project the original insect, the original bee, for my sides, for starting to project, is a 1 centimeter and 6 millimeter.
Yeah.
Okay. I multiplicate this for the space that I have at disposition in the sculpture, And in the final part, the B with balloons is a great 3.5 meters for one open fly of 5 meters. One little airplane. So
that's huge.
The hair.
Tell me what's happening here. What's happening here on this photo?
We try to position the second part of the bee, because all the bee have one unique point to connect in the roof. Okay. For this reason, I decided to use aluminum very big. In this moment, in this picture, we can try to position the second part only for one for search one defect, for search one effect to continue with the second part.
Same again, just getting a feel for it.
In Italian language si dice un culo enorme.
Enorme. Because it's quite interesting here. Like normally you'd think you build the base and the foundation and grow up and out, right? But because your base is so big, you can't work around it. So you had to build up first and then fill the ground later.
The base really is inside the tongue of the bee. And in the base of the flower, you can find 7 bays with pole.
So everything is supported by this here.
All support of the bee is 1 point.
Yeah, and that's just like conduit, EMT.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Very heavy after all with all balloons, because it's very important in the part of the project. You go to calculate the really heavy, the really balance of the sculpture. This picture before is my first idea with with the normal pieces taken in internet to understand for me what I want.
That's a smart way of doing it. I love this, by the way. We've got the thorax, the forewing. Very technical. All right, and here, Scala.
Oh my God.
This is intense. Come on. Did you really need all of this?
In this case, I think all the competitors before the project go to study the subject of the sculpture, and in this case I study all part of the bee, but not only the bee, that insect, but the story, the family, the organize in the life of the bee. In this paper, you can see all the section with aluminium that I decided to create the exactly shape. Exactly shape of the bee.
So you used this sort of slide we're looking at now to give you the shape of all of those rings. So you built it exactly to measure to keep the proportions.
Yeah. All the proportion is a perfect calculation to 200 times to 1 is the scale.
And did you include the thickness of the balloon as well? Yeah. So you reduced the balloon to very smart. So, and what's
in this case, the problem with the ring is that the top of the ring is much longer, and the back is much little. Not a perfectly round. So.
And did you print these out? Like, because I've seen at WBC 2018, they printed a giant piece of paper on the floor and bent around that. Is that how you do it too, or how?
No. Honestly, I don't use this technique. It's a very incredible technique because I see me too. But no, I prefer create one exactly sizer with exactly millimeter, centimeter, meter perfectly. So I don't need to create one really size on paper. I prefer so. Yeah.
All right. So let's keep going through here. So now the colors. I remember you said you where are we?
It's wonderful.
You've got some double stuffing going on here.
Yeah, because I use it. I think you have the picture with the 5 color difference. Yeah, this.
Here we go. It's just loading. Yep.
Okay. Well, the first in the left is only gold. The second is black inside gold. Dirt is brown inside gold, and the rest is black inside the brown. For creating these particular colors of the black bee, Sicilian black bee.
Yeah, beautiful. Did a great job. And the wings, of course.
Oh my gosh!
Just to get complicated a little bit.
I lost. I don't remember when I lost how many hours I lost to imagine this wings so, and because I want I had to create the effect of the blood inside the wings. And I try to use a different technique, but the much better is the final technique that I use. And it's very, this gold, black, or yeah.
But it's so important because you can't ever go back and change these colors halfway through. Preparation is absolutely everything, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I know I heard you.
I was saying preparation is so important. I could see this here is at home, right? You did this at home. I can see the heater. Yeah. So you
can when I the people the competitors go to create one subject, so you can decide 2 things, or you go to create one character of one bee, or you go to create one bee, many possible similar, identical to the real bee. Okay, in this case, the part much difficult that I want to create one exactly bee.
Yep.
Not one cartoon, but the exactly insect, exactly this. Yeah.
And I think you've done a wonderful job in being mindful of the proportions, right? So the length of the back of the body compared to the height of the head, having the proportions and the ratio of height and width. To me, that is half the battle. There's texture and there's proportions. So you don't want an elephant with a huge head and little legs, or a little trunk. Working out those proportions in advance is half the battle. So I can see the preparation you've done here. It's wonderful. Let's talk about the leaves, the flowers.
The leaves, the flower. This is the 3 part of one. Because in one the first part in the left is no, this is another picture. In the left is only the duplets inside the quick link technique. In the middle you have only all the project complete, and in the right you have only the quick link schedule. Because I remember I would I want one incredible great flower. Really, when we finish the flower, we see that the flower is much bigger of I thinking because before.
It was too big.
Yeah, too big. My God.
Yeah. That's okay.
And for this reason, I have this position now, because it was too big of the project.
Was it outside of your allowed area? So you push.
No, because I'm not thinking that the bee occupied the complete space of the 4 meter, and the flower and all the right of the sculpture.
No. Well, that's okay. So we got 3 meters per flower petal. That's a lot.
This is the legs. The legs of the bee. So oh my God.
And what is this? Is that a balloon stick? Just a plastic stick going through?
No, in this case it's aluminium. No, aluminium. Yeah, because my intention is create a perfect let us say skeleton. Okay. And because this part of the original bee is a cover, is only skeleton. Yeah, the legs.
Yeah.
The original. If you can see the sides are exactly in the picture before. The really is 3. This is 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the original sizes of this leg is 4 millimeter, 3 or 4 millimeter. The final leg is 2 meter and 40 centimeter. This is the legs much bigger. You have another picture with the legs much little.
This here?
Yeah.
Beautiful technique. I love how it hinges like a knee almost. It's lovely. Here, let's go back where we were.
260, 350, 260 inside the 16 inch.
Yeah. It reminds me, I built a guitar once, the very first time I competed. I haven't competed much at all, but I built a guitar, and I wanted it to actually play music. So I had an aluminium pole going through it with 2 350s on either side, and that pole gave it rigidity. So I had actual strings running in front, and those strings were under tension, and with a guitar pickup, so you could actually play the guitar, even though everything was made out of balloons. By having that aluminium inside hidden, just gave it the ability to have some tension.
And in the case of the legs, the part much difficult is the position of the legs, because it's very, very long. The bigger legs. You can see in the right the leg much longer. It's a 2 meter and 40 centimeter, and the very part difficult is put this leg in this perfect position without nylon, without other point to attack, because for me no good in one sculpture use this way to stop the sculpture in one definitely position.
I didn't realize the whole thing was coming and it's supported through here.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Okay, let's quickly get along, because I think we've probably spent a little bit too much time here. Do we have any questions? But let's quickly look at the Hulk, because it has to be mentioned. We can't talk about Al and not look at the WBC 2018 Hulk. So I was privileged to actually be here and see it come together, and talk to you in advance about it. Now let's go through the concept.
Oh my God, the Hulk!
The concept
very difficult, because this is the concept is I want to be free. Hulk in this case is a great. I'm very proud of this team and this sculpture, because for the first time I used the techniques very, very new, and in nothing people in the past used this strange technique to use 3-foot and 8-foot balloons to create the dress of the Hulk. And the part much interesting of this sculpture is the muscle of Hulk and the face, obviously the face.
Yep. The veins, as we see here. So smart.
Oh my God! Oh,
That's cool, right?
This is 8 foot with inside 3 feet and 20 double staff 160. 260, 160 for create the effect of the blood outside the inside the muscle.
The veins,
the veins. The veins. I remember the word.
Now, you had 2 days for this, yeah?
Yeah.
2 days, yeah. Here's the team.
And for the fantastic team. Oh my God.
Hey.
No. I remember one great power, one great helper to the whole team. It's very. This is the thing that I love really. The unity in the team.
Yeah. And look how happy everyone is.
I remember
a wonderful team, my friend.
In this case, I remember my friends of Balloon Express arrived in the middle of the competition with 20 kilo of chicken fries.
20 kilos. What were they feeding? Were they feeding the Hulk?
With one infinity quantity of Coke and Pepsi and what do you want?
That's fantastic. So isn't it amazing to look at this photo here and then the finished. Oh, there we go. Here. It's just crazy how you can visualize those components coming together, but then also, use different techniques to hide the junctions, to use what you can and hide the rest.
Oh my God! I remember honestly the face.
I saw this come together. Do we have a photo of the frame of the face? No. Okay.
No. The frame you don't have the frame. I forget that you see send you. The face is all aluminum, covered with 5 foot green. But not 5 foot inflate, but the balloon is cut around to create one paper of latex. And covered all the face. In the back, when you where you can try, where you can find the error to the closet of the latex, we cover it with the hair.
That took you a long time. I remember that was the piece de la résistance.
Oh my God! The muscular is very difficult. Really. Yeah. Thanks very much to 2-3 particular friends in my team that helped me to create this incredible dream. It's a crazy, honestly, because I used also one infinity quantity to material to create the roof. I don't remember the name of the sponge. To sponge inside 16 round gray.
Now, this is what one of the things I love the most about it is the action. Okay, so it's not just a static sculpture, right? There's movement to this, right? And I think when like Dante Longhi and I, it was Dante's sculpture, and I was invited to help out at Float Convention a number of years ago, and he was creating a car with some characters in it. And we decided to have the car like hitting a rock. So rather than just sitting there with all 4 wheels on the ground, it hit a rock and it was bouncing up. Okay, and all of a sudden, just like this, there was movement. There was a scenario, a scene where someone was flying up and it was halfway through something. And I think wherever you can do with your sculptures, with your organics, with anything where it tells a story rather than just displays something static, I think people have a more of emotional connection with that. And I just love how his foot is being implanted into the bricks here, and also that the bricks themselves aren't a nice, clean square, right? They stop and they break apart into, it helps sort of connect the room in which the sculpture is in to the sculpture itself.
I take it the idea of Hulk to a little plastic sculpture in Amazon.
I just realized
this little character have a little shine around the character, and in this case, the roof not a perfectly square, but with many details similar to broke. Okay, like to take it one imaging of one shen, take it completely with all the roof and take it with force and put in this sculpture. This is my intention. So
yeah, beautifully done.
Thank you.
All right, well, there's the team one more time.
One infinity people in my team. One curiosity. Many people of this team follow me in all my experience of competitions. In this case, we have the international team, and in the middle of this team, we have also the Italian team that helped me in the Italian competitions.
Well, absolutely. You're only as good as the people that you work with, and you were so lucky to have so much.
The picture before is the interview to the BBC American television.
Really nice. And I see you've brought your party shoes to the interview.
Yeah, I have this interview, but honestly, I'm very scared to speak in English with the community mundial of the United States.
Of course.
But I asking to the man that interviewed me, please, very easy asking, and I respond very easy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, look, that's probably, we're a little bit over time. I'm not sure if there's any specific questions. I've been checking as we go, but I have just a few more for you, if that's okay. What is some of the, just some key tips that you can give to young, aspiring, because there's a lot of them out there. The balloon industry is wonderful, even though we have some uncertain times. The light will shine again, and we have a lot of people in the industry who look up to you and see the work that you've done, the grand master of Italy. And look, what tips, advice can you give those who are looking to compete in the future?
Okay. I have one great advice for all people that see this video now on after. If you put this video continually in Facebook or
we'll post it.
The advice much important that I can give you is this: compete in all case, in all situation. Go to prepare your project. If you need to help, ask the help to the people like me, like other competitors, but compete because it's ever important. Search one different level of this business is a match with yourself. And my great advice is this: not stop it in front of nothing. If you want to compete, try. If you loser, not important. If you winner, it's wonderful. But in the same case, you win. You win because you understand new way to create your dream. You know many people with your same crazy mentality. You live one moment very wonderful, amazing, unbelievable. I don't have any word to explain this.
Absolutely, yeah, I felt that. And look, I've been inspired to compete by just being around you and hearing the way that you talk about it so passionately and seeing how it's affected your life. Yeah.
For me, and the unique advice is this: don't worry if you don't feel really ready to compete. You go to compete, okay? Prepare your project in the much better way you have. The important is this: compete find the part much better of you, of your work, of your identity. I don't know.
Can I add to that? I think two things. One is certainly if you're just starting, look to join a team, right? To be in that competition room, right, and to share and witness and be a part of everybody's competition, and to see, I think that's the biggest learning experience that you'll have, more than online videos, more than perhaps even convention classes themselves, but to be in that competition room and seeing firsthand and playing with the balloons and a million ideas are being brought out left, right, and center. I think we as an industry grow so much through the techniques that are developed in the competition room, right? The techniques that people think of before they compete, as they're trying to problem solve a competition sculpture. When I've created the after party decor, I created two techniques that I've never needed or used before because I needed it for this specific scenario. And since then, I've used those techniques many times in my own business. So I think, you learn, you grow, I think more than any other way through the process of competition. It's not about winning or losing, right? It's about being there and immersing yourself. Yeah. Great. Well, I'm so sad.
Only for the atmosphere, because it's very electrical atmosphere. One incredible quantity of people worked all together to create the personal dream of all team. It's wonderful. It's a joke for me. This is the problem.
Well, I'm really sad we didn't have the opportunity to compete at Baci, but hopefully we'll be able to do it again one day. And you can really show me a lesson in humility and what it's like to lose to the best in the world, or one of the best in the world.
I say ever. For me, the balloon art is not a job, but a philosophy of life.
Yeah.
And I use this word to the first moment of my career. Because for me is this not a job, because I'm very lucky, because I do one work, and is my passion contemporary. Okay, but it's very important for the people to understand this. Not see the balloons only for the work. Watch the balloons for one incredible possibility to create what you want. All you want. All it is.
Yeah, that's a beautiful message to end this conversation with, buddy. Thank you for staying up very, very late and joining me at a time that worked for me and for Carol and lots of us. It's been a wonderful opportunity. And I can't wait to sit down and actually have the next conversation with perhaps a beer in our hands. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much for this great occasion, because I'm very honored and I'm very proud to have one friend like you. And thank you very much, Carol and Melania Moroni.
Thank you, Melania.
Italian language.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you very much to the other people that see this video now on the next hours.
Now, guys, if you're watching perhaps after live and you have any questions, just message us afterwards or reply to the post. Alessandro will be up for the next 5 hours replying to you live. You're going to sleep. But we'd love to hear what you think of the interview. Was it helpful? And perhaps have a conversation about, how we're all going to get involved and compete and look forward to the next stage of our industry. So have a great night, Al. Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks, everyone, for joining. Bye.
Bye-bye.